Hello and welcome to the Gaming Chronicles. Today we will continue Might and Magic, the world of Xeen. So let's fire it up. Alrighty, in our previous episode, we went and leveled up some more. We went and trained at Olympus. We exhausted most of our funds, and then we went back to all of the. Let's see, we're gonna go to Pitchfork Creek. What was I saying? Oh, we went to all of the permanent level up places. That's funny. There were still some skeletons left over. Oh, there we go, right here. And we got all of those permanent level ups and landed at, let's see, in the 130s for everybody. So everybody got over 55 levels, which was pretty good. We could have gotten more, but we didn't. And the way we could have done that was by taking all the gold we had. I honestly can't remember why we ended up with 2.3 million gold, because when we went back to loot those chests in the Dragon Tower, I don't think they actually had gold like I had said that they would. I think it was just items, so we might have got this gold just from items. Or maybe we did get it from something else. I don't remember at this point. So it doesn't matter, but what we could have done, the point is, wait, all we need is Day of Sorcery. We don't need Day of Protection for this part, because this is a crossword puzzle. There are no enemies. I think that as long as we have, I can't remember if this water requires swimming or, uh, I think it just requires swimming, because we would have to cast Walk on Water if it required otherwise. But anyway, so here is the steps to go down. We can't go there until we've completed the crossword puzzle. So anyway, let's talk to this guy. But before we do, let me just complete that other thought. So we could have taken all of our gold, dumped it into the bank, and since our party's age is still pretty young, we could have gone to the odd job guy either in Castleview or Vertigo and worked for basically 5 or 10 years to, get 50 weeks or 100 weeks or maybe a little more if you wanted to get really close to that age of 35 or 36 before your stats start to decrease and be affected by age. And even then, you still get like personality as a trade-off for might or whatever it is. And so we could have gained a fair amount of gold and interest. Like it's only 2%, but if you have 8 million or 10 million or 12 million gold in your party, see, we still have 515,000 in the bank, and so we ended up with 2.8 million gold. And I really wish I could remember where we got that 2 million. Was it just from selling items at the end? Because there were a lot of items that we sold at the blacksmith. I can't remember if I did that on or off screen. But either way, if you had been a frugal adventurer leading up to the point where you do your last big training hurrah session, you could have had 12 million gold probably, and you could, do the odd jobs. You could probably end up with 15 million gold, um, if you were frugal and took advantage of the interest the right way. Because you can always throw your money in the bank on day 9 or 10, and then when the week rolls over, you can pull out what you need if you need to like buy weapons or training or heal someone of cursing or something like that. So you can always manipulate the interest rollover on the bank. But anyway, yeah, let's say we would have had 10, 12, 15 million to say, spend on training. We could have gotten a pretty good level increase off of those. We might have been level 150, 160, who knows? Maybe we could have made level 200 with everybody. I don't remember what the highest level is I've ever seen anybody get, but usually if you're like level 125 plus, then you should be okay to do everything that you want to. That's why I say I'm pretty confident in our chances against the Mega Dragon. And the reason why we want all these levels is because we want attacks per round. As we can see, Arturius has 23, Shiryu has 27, 23, 23, and even Rebecca and Seymour aren't too bad. But yeah, if you can get like if you have a barbarian, that'll probably be the best because they at this point have, I don't know what, 25 or more attacks per round, which if you're gonna fight the Mega Dragon is a pretty big deal. But anyway, let's read this Helmet Man with Underwear. These seem to be pretty popular in the world of Xeen. And this gives us a travel log of Eerie the Cartographer, the world of Xeen on 30 gold a day. Introduction. There is much to see in the world of Xeen. To give a complete description of all the wonders to be sampled in the 8 corners of the world is beyond the scope of this work. In these pages I shall dispense a broad overview of the highlights that should be visited for a traveler to gain a working knowledge and appreciation of the magnificent land that is Xeen. This work is arranged as a simple description of my travels. A traveler wishing to follow in my footsteps. Why did I try to put a SH sound in there? Anyway, should expect to spend around 30 gold pieces per day on living expenses. The traveler should be careful to arm himself well with magic weapons and some sort of emergency teleportation device. Xeen, while beautiful, can be deadly. My journey began on the dark side in Castleview Town, armed with little more than a leprechaun flamberge. Is it flamberge or flamberg? I don't know. I've always said flamberge. It's probably flamberg. And an orb of insect repellent. I set out for the town of Necropolis to see for myself whether the legendary city of the undead truly existed or was merely a fable. The trip took me over the mountains that lie to the north of Castleview and through the forbidding central desert. Wait a minute, why would you go through the central desert? You could just go straight north and just kind of turn northeast at the forbidden zone. Whatever. It was his journey, not mine. My experience as a mountaineer and navigator saw me past these formidable obstacles. Necropolis was everything I had hoped it would be. The undead were everywhere. Zombies, skeletons, a mummy, even a vampire visiting from Castle Blackfang. I hear that Queen Calindra was kidnapped by Alamar and turned over to the vampires of Blackfang. If the traveler is worried about hostility on the part of the undead, remember that they are people too. The undead are just as friendly as the living, possibly more so. Simple politeness will prevent from misunderstandings, or excuse me, will prevent misunderstandings from becoming lethal encounters with the forces of hell. It's good to know. After a brief but pleasant stay in Necropolis, I crossed the mountains north of the city by way of the Griffin Pass. Avoiding Castle Alamar and hugging the edge of the mountains, I headed east until I came to Lakeside Town. A quaint vacation spot, Lakeside will refresh your spirit and revitalize your body. What about the octopods in the lake? I don't know about that, but that would not be a refreshing experience for a giant octopod trying to eat me. Alright, though much of the population of Lakeside is involved in the witchcraft industry, have no fear, the witches only turn children into goblins. As long as you leave the kids behind, you'll have no problem at all with these charming and fun-loving ladies. Well, don't we slaughter them all? All the witches, right? I mean, we slaughter everything in every town, so it's not like any of this matters. Necropolis, yeah, we slaughtered everything there. Lakeside, yeah, we slaughtered everything there. I stayed in Lakeside for a few months before leaving. Before I left, I purchased a riding beast to speed my journey. A lone road connects Lakeside to the rest of the civilized world, and I set off down that road to find Sandcaster. Sandcaster is a bustling city of commerce and trade. Though the townspeople are mostly humans, elves, gnomes, and dwarves, the city still has something to entertain the thrill-seeking traveler. Sorceresses and wizards feed upon the helpless citizenry like fleas on a dog. Criminals from all walks of life wander the streets with impunity, free to use might or spells to rob from the innocent. All in all, a lively town. though lacking in the kind of high-quality entertainment places like Necropolis and Lakeside can serve up. Quickly growing bored of the nightlife in Sandcaster, I once again set upon the road, this time traveling southeast in search of adventure. I found plenty. As I ventured into the dense forest near the southeast corner of the world, my riding beast disturbed a nest of snakes. Startled, the beast reared up, dumping me from the saddle. I rose to my feet and seized the beast's tether, pulling its bloated face towards mine so that we could discuss its error man to beast. Was its face bloated because it was poisoned? I'm pretty sure that's why. Because our party's faces got bloated every time they got poisoned. I never got the chance. My pain spell was barely on my lips when an arrow appeared in the side of the beast. The beast roared and wrenched the tether from my grasp. 2 more arrows streaked from the forest and struck home. The beast stumbled a few steps and collapsed to the ground. I glanced wildly about me, and I saw barbarian archers closing in on 3 sides. I dashed for the 4th. Branches and thorns tore at my clothes, scratched my skin, slowed my flight. The barbarians gained. Just as it seemed I could run no further, I came upon a clearing with one of the many travel pyramids in the center of it. Hope flared in my breast once again, and I redoubled my pace, reaching the pyramid as the barbarians burst from the forest. I activated the pyramid with the last of my strength. The pyramid whisked me away from my pursuers in the blink of an eye and a sparkle of energy. So, this traveler must have a pretty extensive knowledge and is probably more capable and able in the ways of might and magic than the mean traveler. Because the fact that, what was his name? Eerie knew how to use the pyramid, was equipped with a Flamberg and an orb, knew how to use all that. This is not for the average adventurer even. Anyway, moving on. I found myself in the snow-covered hills near the town of Winterkill, a cursed and empty town of ghosts. Lonely dark stone tower was barely visible to the east. Fearful that the barbarians would soon find the courage to follow me through the portal, I set my sights on the hills to the north and began the weary trek through the snow. Many miles later I happened upon a road. Knowing that the road would eventually lead or take me to the town of Vertigo and civilization, I followed the road east. And whoever this adventurer is, right, would know the world well enough to know that Vertigo's way over to the east. Anyway, the road paralleled the hills and led past one of the many dungeon entrances scattered about Xeen. I must admit that curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to explore this one dungeon. This was a mistake. The dungeon turned out to be the infamous Xeen Arena. I didn't figure it out until too late. The place was barren except for a few piles of bones and a lone desk sitting in the center of a very large room. When I approached the desk, a large man appeared in the seat behind the desk and told me that since the place hadn't had any visitors in some while, that he would just start the fight without further delay. Then he vanished. As quickly as he vanished, monsters appeared. There was a gargoyle, a giant armadillo, which looked a little like a member of the swine family because of its snout, a pegasus, a minotaur, a giant vulture, a crusader, a sewer rat, a centipede, and some sort of giant iguana. "Have at thee!" cried the crusader, lowering his lance and urging his horse forward. The rest of the monsters simply advanced without comment, implacably hostile. Needless to say, I bravely charged toward the exit, only to find it blocked. The monsters followed. I sprinted for the desk. "Coward!" shouted the crusader, leading the pack. The desk was empty and unresponsive. Cursing, I ran some more, ducking and weaving behind ancient walls and crumbling pillars. With some clever maneuvering, I lost the monsters in the maze and leaned against a pillar to catch my breath. I could hear the iguana dragging its corpulent body nearby. The rest seemed further away. Looking down at my feet, I discovered one of the many corpses that littered the floor of the arena. Clutched in its bony hand was a ring of the elements and a wand of fireballs. No sooner seen than stolen. The iguana rounded the corner and it stopped, belly heaving as though it were going to be sick. Its mouth opened slowly, dramatically, and then it belched forth a stream of acid. I covered my face with my hands, expecting the worst. Instead, the acid lightly singed my hair and clothes. The ring had saved me. The dragon blinked slowly at me, surprised that I was still alive. Obviously not one of the brighter models. I leveled the wand and fired off a withering blast of heat and smoke. The monster staggered, but remained standing. It went through its sick routine again, and covered me with more acid. I fired the wand again. It covered me with acid. I fired. It fired. I fired. Finally, the dragon fell on its side and died. "I have found you at last!" shouted the Crusader from behind me. "Turn around and meet your fate like a man." I turned. The Crusader was there, flanked on either side by the Gargoyle and the Minotaur. The rest of the monsters were right behind him. Seeing my chance, I fired into the horde again and again, emptying the wand. When the smoke cleared, nothing but a black spot on the arena floor remained of my enemies. "That wasn't so bad," I said, dusting off my clothes and straightening my collar. I walked to the desk. As expected, the arena master appeared. "Congratulations on your awesome victory," he gushed. "I'll send you to Vertigo now." Don't I get a reward or something?" "No, goodbye." The next moment I was in Vertigo with only a hazy heat distortion in the air to mark my sudden arrival, with the arena and my hasty arrival on this side of the world. Wait a minute. I think that might actually be a typo, not me just inserting random words like I tend to do. On this side of the world, becoming a bad memory, my journey was almost over. I knew that there was a travel pyramid just outside of the town. First thing, though, was to get a hot meal and a room for the night. The tavern was right behind me, so I stepped inside and asked for the special of the day. Octopus soup with arachnoid garnish. Well, part of traveling is to try the local food, no matter how strange. The octopus was somewhat rubbery, and the arachnoid garnish tasted like chicken. Not bad, but both dishes could have used some more spice. After eating, I checked into a room and had a good night's sleep. The next day, I decided to explore Vertigo a while before I returned home to Castleview. It turns out that Vertigo has all the amenities of civilization, including a town mirror. The blacksmith's shop has everything an adventurer could ask for. Everything from accuracy tridents to venom crowns. Nova scepters were unavailable, though, and the blacksmith had never even heard of a JVC moat maker. The guild, however, was virtually barren of spells. They didn't even have the clairvoyance and cure disease spells, let alone heavy hitters like resurrection and starburst. They seemed to mostly carry the simple spells that rangers and druids used. The proprietor and agile prestidigitate. Oh man, that word always whatever. Prestidigitator in his mid-30s told me that the nearest known version of the clairvoyant spell was in the witch's tower far to the south, where the horn of Falista the unicorn was kept. Well, rescuing some unicorn's horn sounded both dangerous and unprofitable. The seer within me told me that further adventurers would give me a severe case of death, and that I should change my vocation to fisherman or alligator wrestler. My decision had been made. I left the town and used the pyramid to return to Castleview. This travel guide is complete, but there is one more piece of advice I leave to ponder. When the Sphinx has you baffled, and Korak remains a prisoner, Tito Therewolf, smile, and all will be forgiven. The end. So, obviously, the highlighted green words are the answers to these, the clues. So, bones, remains, and so now we start. Skeleton. And as you get them correct, as you see, the water turns to concrete. So we will attempt to try and be as systematic and effective or efficient as possible. The thing about the map, though, let me actually get this in front of me so that I have it. It's very windy and it's quite challenging to navigate. Alrighty, so let's come up here, and 75 down. Snake poison is venom. Now some of these are intuitive, right? That's just what it is. But sometimes you do have to have the, let's see, let's go ahead and do this one here. Nimble, quick, agile. But sometimes you do have to have the clues that are given from that travelogue. Grotesque creature, beast. No. Grotesque creature, monster. Grotesque creature. Was it gargoyle? Because that was one of the. Yeah. Gremlin. Orc? I don't think that was one of the things. Orc. Gremlin monster? No. Gremlin. Oh, goblin. That's right. All right. Where? Now, the way I try to do this, I try to keep track of, like, so as you can see, the water is cleared in a direct path of, a direct straight path until it hits a wall, eventually. Spell of perception, clairvoyance. Yeah. Alright, so we got that part all done. Okay, and let me see here. Alright, so that one goes all the way to that side. Yeah, see, that one goes all the way over here. Oh crap, prestidigitator. Oh, I got it right. And then we go back. Oh, yeah, this is quite the chore. Reptile. Iguana. I think that was the only reptile in the clues, yeah? No? Okay, so it's not iguana. What was... Oh, alligator. That was one of the last things. Alligator. Because the guy decided he would either be a fisherman or an alligator wrestler. Incantation spell. Yeah. Okay, let's go back. Make sure that we're not missing any of the... Yeah, there we go. Alright, what do we got here? Unicorn. See, this is one of those specific ones that we had to remember the name for. Okay, let's go this way. City of Sorcerers. Sand. Gaster. Let's go back. Alrighty, castle, ditch, moat. Oh, not mout. M-O-A-T. Moat. Alright, and now... Relating to arachnids would be arachnoid. There we go. What time is it? It's 10:56. Okay, we have plenty of time. Convict. Criminal. Hooray. I bet whoever put this together, whoever got to do this dungeon had a ton of had a ton of fun. Swine? Yeah. Alright. Maiden's Award. Fisherman. Maiden was the guy in Cloudside, right? Who lived on that island by the lake, who wanted to get rid of the lake beasts, yeah? You need an amulet to gain entry, answer. You need an amulet. Oh, Sphinx. Yeah, Southern Sphinx. You needed that amulet. Precious metal. Gold? There's a lot of precious metals, but I think that was the only one that... Flamberg. Okay, Ellinger's Tower is located here. Castle View. Alright. Brute. Animal. Beast. There we go, that's the beast answer. Employ an item. Use. Yeah, that one's, it's right next to another one, the use might, and so it's like, are those two or one answers? Knight's attendant. Squire. What? Oh, page. Alrighty. Let's just make sure that we haven't left any. I think we're good that way. Okay, let's come up here. To this section of the crossword. Bug, bee, insect. Because that took us back to the... That kind of brought us in a circle around that way. Yeah? Okay, let me make sure that we're not like leaving any place behind in that particular section of the crossword. Okay, we got that one. We got that tiny one. And then over here. Yeah, we got that, that, and that. Okay, yeah, we're good on this section. We don't need to come back there. That whole corner has been done completely. So now we can move on. Myriapod. What? Myriapod. Myriapod. Oh, centipede, right? Because pod is feet or foot, and myria means lots of or thousands of, or a myriad of. City of the Dead. Necropolis. Beastly nose. Snout. Alright. What else we got here? Castle Basenji password. There, Wolf. That one was a fun one. Let's see. Tie. Restrain with a leash. Tether? Okay, let's not get too out of hand here. Because it's really easy to like keep going down one direction or kind of start going all over the place, and then you miss a row or a column. Half lion, half eagle. Griffin. Let's see, that one goes there. Let's kind of stay to the left. Cure for eradication. Oh, resurrect. Resurrection. There we go. Let's go over here, do these. A knight who prefers the woods. Ranger. Wyvern. Worm? No, gotta be dragon. Yeah. Okay, we're making good progress, I think. The Holy Book of Elvenkind. Oh, lost the Holy Book. That was Tito. Illness. Sickness? No, it was disease. Derp. There we go. Eight-legged squid. Octopod. Huh? Oh, it doesn't use octopod, it uses octopus, that's right. Because the octopus stew. Corrosive liquid. Acid. Alright, let's make sure we didn't miss any in this little section here. Alright, there's one there. And there's one here. Let's get these. Underground gel. Dungeon. And then there's, oh, there's that way. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we kind of got a crossroads. We can either go to, let's see, the east side, and that opens up a whole bunch. Or this side. Let's just keep on, yeah, let's just keep on this side. precision, accuracy. All right. Okay, and those are done. Yeah, okay. And we're good on that corner there. And we're good on those. Okay, let's look at our map here. So if we look to our northwest... Okay, yeah, that's good. So now let's continue back this way a little bit, and this should take us to... Wait. Oh, maybe we did get all this. Let's see. No, I'm missing something. This one. Yeah, this one. This is where I want to go. Sorcerer, Wizard. Strength, Brawn, Might. And spell to overcome weakness. Our favorite, Revitalize. We use that. Wait, what? Really? Oh, R-E. There we go. Spelling. City of Ghosts. What's that? Winterkill. Couldn't remember Winterkill. Freed from spaceship. Korak. Okay, and Count Blackfang. Vampire? Okay. Tower located in Troll Forest, Darkstone. Alright. Okay, we have that part up there. Let me check my map here, just to make sure that we have to go around. I think we do have to go around. Okay, yeah, so we've got to go back now to that crossroads place that I... So back down that way, that way, that way, that way. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now, do I want to go north first, or do I want to go south? I don't think it matters. Let's just go north. Alrighty. Castle beyond the Forbidden Zone. Alamar. So, what happened to the true King Alamar in this Might and Magic, right? Did he die? That's one answer that we never found out, because in Might and Magic 1, the true Alamar, Sorceress, was rescued, and he actually gave you quests, but this King Alamar, like, did he die? Anyway, Armored Mammal. Armadillo. And up here, Land of Xeen. Way of Transportation. Pyramid. What? Almir. That's right. Bowman. Archer. Captive. Prisoner. I think just about most of these you can work out by yourself, even if you didn't have these answers. I think Philista, Sandcaster, Necropolis, Stern Harsh. Oh crap, what is it? Mean? Stern Harsh. Ew. What was the Stern or Harsh? Severe. Yeah. Subterranean Drain. Oops, Sewer. Traveler on our quest. Adventure. Traveler on a quest. Knight? Traveler on a quest. Did I just spell adventurer wrong? Adventurer. I know I spelled it wrong on that one for sure. Adventurer. Okay, it's not adventurer. Traveler? No, traveler is then the clue. Traveler on a quest. Oh, it was Crusader. The monster that the dude wrote about in the arena, or that he fought in the arena. Mistake. Error. Star. Huh? Sun. Star. That's the Italian word for it. Crap. Oh, what was the spell? Nova? Yeah. Okay. Map maker. Cartographer. All right. Half man, half bull. Minotaur. Game author's initial. JVC. Savage. Barbarian. Alrighty. Little green imp. Gremlin. No. Little green imp. It's not gremlin? Gremlin, goblin. Well, what other little green imp? Oh, leprechaun. I can't. Leprechaun. Is that how you spell it? Okay, good. Not alive, not dead. Undead. Ha! It's not that funny. Did we miss? I want to make sure we didn't miss anything here. Because I tend to do that. Okay, this is where we came. Oh, yeah. Just want to do a little bit of backtracking, even though backtracking is our least favorite thing to do in the whole world. You never know if you just miss the slightest little across or down. I do appreciate it that they've arranged it like a crossword, right? That it's only down, you know, from up to down and from left to right. Okay, there we go. Imprisoned Queen, Kalindra. Alarm, scare, startle. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, because the horse was startled. Range climber, mountaineer. Okay. Spooky, scary. Oh, eerie. The name of the author of the map or the travelogue. Fright, terror, horror, fright, horror. It's not horror. It's not terror. Fright, fear. Alright, I forgot that one. 2 across. Spell of transportation, teleport. Huh? Transportation. Time. Oh, time distortion. It's not time distortion. It's not teleport. Jump, maybe? Or is it teleportation? No, tricky. Tricky, Hobbit says. Sorcery. Sorcery is what? Wizardry? Oh, man. Sorcery. Spellcasting. Oh, derp. Magic. My brain's working really well, isn't it? Prophet. Seer. Got that one. So yeah, the adventurer has seer, like magic abilities that like give him the ability to see in the future. That's pretty impressive. So like I said, not an average adventurer. Fighting ring, arena, rodent, rat. Okay, movement spell, time. This is the time distortion. Priest, magician, wizard. If we can spell it, and it's not even right. Priest, magician, cleric. Priest, magician. It's not cleric. Did I spell it wrong? Nope, I spelled it right. Okay. It's not cleric, and it's not priest. Priest, magician. Is it druid? No. King's staff, scepter. Okay. For a second, I thought that they were going to spell it the The British English way. Okay, I think we've gotten everything on the west side. So let me just see here. Alright, yeah, we got that. Let's just go. We should be able to just go straight down from here. Check that angle. Yep, got that. Now what about that one right there? It's that one. Need to go back this way. Do we need to go down? Nope. There it is. Okay. Desert lizard. This is the iguana answer, yeah? Okay, wrapped corpse. Mummy. Okay, from here, let's see. Yeah, see, that little corner is very easy to miss. It's one of those places that you overlook. Let's see. Alright, we haven't gone down there, and in order to get to that section of the map, now we have to go to the south. Alright, so we're in the last corner of this crossword puzzle. Wisdom. Knowledge? Okay, I don't remember that being a green highlighted word. He had a pet dragon. Oh. I don't know. He had a pet dragon. Was it the pet dragon? I guess Xeen, right? Because he did have a pet dragon, but that wasn't. I don't think that was revealed in the travelogue. That was just, or was it? Maybe, I don't know. Winged horse. Pegasus. Buzzard. Vulture. I think you're, what are they, bird experts would probably argue that a vulture and a buzzard are not the same thing. Maybe. Trip and fall. Stumble? I don't remember that one either, but that one's one of those, it's like, can figure it out. What? Fire, water, air, and earth. Answer. Elements. Plural? It's plural. Tricky. Fairy tale. Legend. Fairy tale. Legend. Fantasy? Wrong. Wrong. Fairy tale legend. It's not fantasy. Myth? Fable. Okay. Oh, hello. A three-pronged spear. Trident. Tiara. Crown. Power. Well, we've already answered might, yeah? So, ability? Power. We have already answered magic. Power, ability, able, strength? I didn't want to consult my notes on these, but we might have to. What's power? Is it energy? Because that's a might and magic thing. I can spell it. Wow, that was bad. That's about what my tongue does sometimes, though, when I'm trying to speak or read, right? Orb. We can't get that one. Now, I don't remember if once you get all of the things, if you get the little chorus going, oh, or whatever it does. I don't remember if it does that, but I think we've got them all. Let's see. I hit that side. Yeah, I think we got them all. Let's see. Now we just got to find our way back to the. Let's see. Where's that in relation to? Let's see. That is spell. I think we're getting there. Yeah. You may pass. For completing the puzzle, here is your reward. +5 level permanent. Alright, I didn't even do the law. Okay, so You may think at this point that, oh, +5 levels? We don't need +5 levels. Yeah, because this next part is a little scarier. We'll do a save as. Um, okay, so we will come back in our next episode because, yeah, I don't know. We'll kind of let's see, what time is it? 6:44 a.m. I can't remember if this is where we start to see the power liches. Is it the power liches? Oh, the screamers, yeah, even better. Now these guys have poison damage, and they're not too bad. They are fast. I think they've got like 200 speed, so it doesn't even matter. Let's save. I think that clairvoyance is helpful here. Okay, and we don't get cursed, thank goodness. Clairvoyance says doesn't matter. Okay. The levers appear to be stuck. Alright. Okay. So, we're on level 2, right? Of the Dungeon of Death? Yeah. Where do we start? Oh, that's right. We start over right there. Okay. Okay, that didn't do anything. Or maybe it did, and there's just no sound effect. That's really gross. Just, oh, yeah, it's really gross. Let's get them all in front of us. Okay, now, mass distortion. Isn't it supposed to be everybody in front of us, though? I think that our resistances from our Day of Protection alone are doing quite well. This says doesn't matter. Oh, hello. Let's do Starburst. Oh, maybe Mass Distortion is just like the first group in front of you, and Starburst is everything in sight. Yeah, I think Starburst is everything in sight. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it's 500 damage that we can. Alright, that's a lot of screamers. Holy cow. We'll just let him come at us. I don't think we need to use spell points. Yeah, their attacks don't seem to be damaging us. If they are, we'll find out eventually, right? But I don't think that they're hurting us. This says no. This says no. This says... Oh, hello. Why can't we get a ranged weapon? Like, for reals. I just want to know why we can't get ranged weapons. Why the game refuses to give me a ranged weapon. Just saying. Does anybody have worse than obsidian boots? You had some, but you forgot to equip them. Nice. Obsidian boots, obsidian boots, obsidian boots, obsidian shield. I think all of our shield bearers have obsidian shields. Kinetic scale armor. What do we get? We got a kinetic spear and an obsidian naginata. That is fantastic. That's our most powerful weapon in the party. It says yes. Saber, shield, ringmail, helm. Ringmail. Alright, whatever. No. And no. I believe that if you... This says... Whatever. Okay, what's this? The Throne of the Dead. Do not sit. Okay, we will not sit. Master's Throne. Let's save our game before we sit. Arturius, you're a big, strong paladin. You feel strange. Okay. Okay, nothing's happening when we pull the levers. Alright. Time is it? 9:18 a.m. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Day of Protection at this point should give us enough resistance to handle all the screamers. In fact, we may be done with the screamers. It's stuck. Okay. Game room. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is where I believe... Okay, oh, this is scary. Yeah, so I think this is where we start encountering... Let's spacebar and wait a couple of minutes. Can we jump? Yes. I think when you... Alright, do I have any notes on this room? Or this dungeon in general? Let's see. Yeah, nothing really about it. Oh, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Here we go, skeletal liches. Yeah. Oh, crap. How much health do these guys have? Skeletal liches have 2,000 HP. And I don't think that they have... Let's see. Dancing sword. That's a lot of 8. That's a lot of, like, implosion's not going to take them out. So there has to be something else that we can try and use. Holy... What's it called? Holy word. Will that kill these guys? Alrighty, it's iffy. Oh, no, 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 don't shoot. Dang it, and what's their speed? Yeah, this is when things start to get fun. Their speed is 200. Yeah, everything's speed is 200 except for the, like, Devil's Demons and Lord Xeen's. Dang it. Well... Oh, no. I keep hitting the wrong key because I'm a little bit jumpy right now, if you can't tell. Because these skeletal liches, why are they so scary? Well, they have a chance on hit to eradicate you. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Does it matter? I don't think that any of these dials do anything. Nothing's happening. Alright, whatever. Let's check our time. Okay, so they are damaging. They are damaging us, okay. Stop it. Oh, wait, no. Oh. My bad. Alright, so they're targeting Seymour. We're resisting their spells, or at least their eradicate on proc pretty well. This says no, don't turn it, but It may or may not do anything. Oh, it got us. Okay. Uh, alright, yeah, there we go. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and just, let's just come back up here to the corridor. I just wanted to kind of get a taste of where, of this. Let's also set a Lloyd's, just in case. Set. Alrighty, save game, Dungeon of Death. Alrighty, in our next episode, we will continue the Dungeon of Death. Hopefully, we'll be able to complete it, and then, and so within the next, let's see, in this episode, and then one, and then two, we'll be able to complete the whole thing. So, until our next episode, where we continue to try and avoid certain death in the Dungeon of Death. So long for now.